David moves the Ark of the Covenant in 2 Samuel chapter 6. There's a lot of little details, a lot of little places. They move it here, they move it there. I'm going to go over the gist of it because I have some cross references that I want to point out to you. So make sure, as always, to read the chapter on your own and comment below when you're done. First, I want to point out verse 5. It says, David and the whole house of Israel were dancing before the Lord with all kinds of instruments, and they named several. It's important to know that the Lord himself was present above the ark. The ark was not some symbol of God's presence. Wherever the ark was, God manifested his presence in a special way. So the ark should be treated well. It should not be treated lightly. This is a serious thing. Keep that in mind as we continue. Now, Uzzah, I have no idea if that's how you pronounce his name, but we're going to go with it. Uzzah was one of the men carrying the ark. And can you comment below before I tell you who were the people that were in charge of the ark that were supposed to be doing this? Do you remember them? We talked about it a ton in Exodus and Leviticus, even Deuteronomy. So Uzzah was carrying the Ark of the Covenant, and he reached out to the ark and took hold of it because one of the oxen has stumbled. So he tried to catch the ark from falling, and God's anger burned against Uzzah, and God struck him dead on the spot for his irreverence, and he died there next to the ark of God. So touching the ark was a direct violation of God's law. And Uzzah and those with him were wrong to transport it in the cart rather than having the Levites carry it the way that God commanded them to. So I'll put some references below: Deuteronomy 31, Exodus 25, and Numbers 4. God commanded that the ark be carried by the Levites using poles placed through rings on the sides of the ark. So David was dancing, doing his thing. He gets back home, and one of his wives, it's Michael to me. One of his wives, Michael, said, and she despised him in her heart. Well, my commentary says that Michal shares Saul's lack of spiritual understanding, and she should have been rejoicing with David. And then she got sassy. She says how the king of Israel honored himself today. She said he exposed himself today in the sight of the slave girls of his subjects like a vulgar person would expose himself. And then the chapter ends with, and Saul's daughter Michal had no child to the day of her death. It doesn't really say why, but maybe, I don't know, maybe God was not happy with that statement.